Good afternoon, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with Kingdom Youth Network inspiration, and our topic for today is self-esteem. Now, I see a lot of young people, and they're just afraid to try new things and to just afraid to fail, basically. And they want to try the new thing, but they're afraid to fail. And fear of failure is a big thing, I know. But what you must realize is on the journey to success, failure is a necessary ingredient. So if you see anyone who's successful, please do not be deceived into thinking that they just got there. They had lots of failures, they had lots of tears, they had lots of down days. But what they did with those down days and with those failures is that they learned the lesson. Okay, they learned the lesson and they made better decisions, and that's how they became successful today. And this is what I'd like to offer to you, for you to have enough self-esteem to fail. And when you fail, be aware that you are not a failure. You may have failed at doing something, maybe math or a game or a race, whatever it is you tried, or music, whatever it is you've tried your hand at. Just because you fail at something doesn't make you a failure. So distinguish and separate yourself from what you're doing, because you are not what you do. You are you, you're unique, you're beautiful, you're an amazing person, and you're trying to be the best version of yourself. And in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to give yourself permission to fail. And it's good when you're young to fail as frequently as possible. No one's going to tell you this, because failure is looked at something that is like gross, not great. I don't want to fail. Nobody really wants to fail. However, when you have the awareness that failure is part of life, it's part of the ingredient for success, then failure isn't something that you should run away from. Failure is actually something that you should embrace, because when failure comes, then that has come to teach you a lesson, that has come to teach you that there's something that you're doing that is not right. And if you can learn the lesson, then you can move forward. But I just need you to distinguish, for the purposes of your self-esteem, distinguish between what you're doing and who you are. Just because you fail doesn't make you a failure, okay? So, and when you understand this and grasp this, then it frees you up, because then you're no longer bound to this fear of failure. Now you can try things, and if you fail, you fail. If you do good, you do good. And that's a success that you can celebrate. If it's a failure, it's something you can learn from. It's a lesson. It's part of the experience. It's part of the experience of life. And it's important that you do that whilst you're young, because when you get older, and you fail when you're older, you can still bounce back. But when you get older, the consequences are usually greater. Okay? So if you get into the habit of failing now, I know it sounds weird, but it's true. If you get into the habit of failing now, when you get older, if you do fail, because you might fail, but older people do fail, if you do fail, it won't break you. You'll know, okay, I've been here before, I failed before, I got over it, I learned the lesson, I'm going forward. It's not going to stop me. This failure is not going to stop me. So for the purposes of your self-esteem, just allow yourself to fail. Just say to yourself, it's okay for me to fail. So say that to yourself. Whenever you're faced with a new challenge and you feel like this fear and anxiety, oh my God, what if I fail? What would people say if I fail? Just say, it's okay. I give you permission to fail if necessary, and then go for it. Go for it with all of your might. And if you fail, so be it. If you do good, then you can pat yourself on the back and say, I did good. And if you do good, you can always learn from that as well. You can learn from your successes as well as your failures. So every experience that you have in life comes to teach you and to make you a better person. But separate yourself from your successes and from your failures, and just know that you are a beautiful person. You are unique. There's absolutely no one like you. And if you're trying something that somebody else has done, because you're unique, you bring your unique DNA to that experience, and just tell yourself, it's okay to fail. If I fail, I can get back up. I will get back up. If I fail, I will get back up. And that's all there is to life. Just As long as you don't stay down, this is the trick. As long as you don't stay down, you haven't failed. People who've actually failed are those that refuse to get back up. But if life knocks you down and if your actions lead to a place of failure, as long as you get back up, you have not failed, because what you've learned is a lesson and you can keep pushing forward. But if you allow that failure to keep you down, then you have failed. You've truly failed, and that's the end, because you've refused to try. As long as you keep trying something different, you keep pushing forward, you keep encouraging yourself and keep aspiring to be the best version of yourself, you're going to be just fine. Okay? Those are my tips for you today. Give yourself permission to fail. It's okay. Life doesn't stop. The sun is not going to stop shining just because you failed. Realize this. It's not a big deal. You can learn from it. It might feel like a big deal right now, but when a couple of years you look back and think, oh, what was that about? Why was I so stressed out about that? You don't need to be. Learn the lesson and move forward. For your self-esteem, for your mental health, for your sanity, for your well-being. It's okay to fail. Okay? Those are my few thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do stay safe. Bye.